Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we will show you the 2012 anime show Jermengade. It promises to be exciting, so take a seat back, unwind, and yes, there are spoilers ahead. The anime begins with Coco Hekmatyar recruiting a young boy named Jonathan Marr, alias Jonah, to join her organization, HCLI. Jonah is not an ordinary child, as he appears, but a trained child soldier who shows no mercy to his victims and instead relishes the process. Coco takes him to Eastern Europe, where the local government is attempting to limit the MiG-29 fighter upgrades from the country's air force in order to avoid creating conflict with the neighboring country. When they arrive, Coco is attacked by an elite army unit known as Velmet 6. Jonah saves her with the help of Sophia Velmer alias Velmet and Lembrit. That's how Coco gets to the harbor and acquires the MiG-29 upgrades, thereby rendering the army's efforts futile. Hereafter, Coco learns about Kloshkin, who is trying to sell Hein-DS to the Air Force. To stop him, she goes undercover with Jonah, posing as her elder sister. They meet with Kloshkin, ostensibly to dissuade him, but in fact, to murder him. Velmet and Akihiko Tojo successfully persuaded the Air Force not to cancel Kloshkin's contract. The HCLI members Lem, Mao, Hugo, and Lutz come and murder Kloshkin's men. Coco asks Jonah to kill him, which he does nonchalantly. After the success, Jonah is officially admitted to HCLI, and he makes a meal for them as a celebration, which causes everyone but him to become ill. Hereupon, Coco and her team are dispatched on a mission to deliver armed weapons to a country bordering Russia. When she arrives, she finds that the country is embroiled in a dispute with Russia over an oil pipeline. It's not good news for her, and to make matters worse, her rival weapons dealer, Curry, and his team arrive. Major Pollock, the country's army general, asks Coco to deliver anti-aircraft weaponry. Coco is hesitant to accept, but she has no choice as Pollock threatens to kill her. However, she symbolically instructs her team to devise an escape strategy as soon as possible. Curry's men kill Pollock's escorts and compel Coco to work for her. Pollock and his team come and surround the building where Coco and Curry are. Coco comes out with her team, and she informs Pollock that Curry murdered his escorts, diverting their attention to him. She takes advantage of the chance and flees the country. Curry also succeeds in fleeing. 2 days later, Coco learns about the war breakout in the country and is relieved that she made it out on time. Coco and her team then fly to Dubai to take a break and unwind. Coco believes Jonah should get a basic education and requests that Tojo teach him math. She and Velmet then go shopping, while Jonah struggles with understanding math. In downtown Dubai, Coco is ambushed by Orchestra, an assassin gang composed of a clever teenage girl named Chinatsu and her master Maestro. Jonah, skipping his math class, appears just in time to save her. Almost immediately, a shootout breaks out, and police officers arrive downtown. The assassins kill the police officer without hesitation and then go on to kill Coco, who is being protected by Velmet and Jonah. In the process, Velmet gets shot in the thigh, and Jonah steps directly in front of the assassins, distracting them long enough for Velmet to escape. Lem uses a hook and rope to yank him away. He chastises him for giving up his life for no apparent reason. He sends him away with Coco while resisting the orchestra. The orchestra soon runs out of ammo and dashes to their pickup vehicle, which is armed with an M2 Browning machine gun. After they leave, Lem and Velmet discuss Chinatsu and how dangerous she is due to her careful insight and instincts. They make contact with their team and decide to split up the assassins duo before they reach Coco. Jonah, on the other hand, opens up to Coco and expresses his disdain for weapons, claiming that they create monsters among people. Coco is pleased that Jonah is opening up to her. Then there's a flashback to when Maestro went on a killing binge at an opera and Chinatsu shot him from behind. Maestro was impressed and decided to spare her life in order to mold her into an assassin. In the present, Coco is being protected by her team as Orchestra arrives in their pickup truck, armed with an M2 Browning machine gun. Coco's team demolishes the pickup vehicle, and the assassins duo comes out to fight. Chinatsu cautions Maestro about his novice shooting skills, but he ignores her, costing him his life. At this, Chinatsu gets mad and swears to take revenge on them before fleeing. After this, Scarecrow, who is a CIA agent, comes, chasing after Coco and intending to turn her in and deport her. But Coco's father has big ties, and she is easily released by Dubai police, who even erase her name from the shootout incident. But she is confined to the hotel where she is staying for the time being. At night, Chinatsu arrives at the hotel's rooftop and meets with Coco face to face while the latter tries to recruit her to her team, but to no avail. At this, Chinatsu is shot dead from afar by Lem with his sniper rifle. Coco closes Chinatsu's eyes and calls the police chief to cover up her death. Jonah overhears her conversation. Then Coco's team heads on a mission to Africa on a ship carrying HCLI-owned cargo. Soon, Coco is informed that her brother, Casper Hekmatyar, is going to visit her on the ship to see the progress of the mission. William Nelson is assigned to give Jonah a grammar lesson and is taken away when Casper visits the ship. However, when Jonah heads to the restroom, he sees Casper there and tries to kill him with a knife. But he is stopped by Casper's bodyguard, Chiquita, who immediately disarms him. It is revealed that Jonah served as a child soldier at an army base, caring for the 4 orphans. But when he learned that one of the orphans had died as a result of her exploitation as a human probe, he became enraged and killed everyone in the base. But he was intercepted by Casper and Chiquita and imprisoned for many days. When Coco finds out about everything, she kicks Casper out and apologizes to Jonah for what happened. Later, Jonah wanders by himself, reflecting on how his parents were slain by the weapons delivered by Casper and what he promised Casper, becoming Coco's bodyguard in return for the orphans' better future. Coco and her team continue their journey to Africa, where they are ambushed by Somali pirates, but they easily turn them down. Following this, Coco goes to see Dr. Minami Amada, but she does not show up. Minami's assistant informs her that Minami and her bodyguard, Mikona, traveled to the mountains to collect butterflies. Coco grows concerned and sends her team to the mountains to save the doctor's life, since she might be in danger. Meanwhile, in Port Elizabeth, Coco meets and has dinner with Guoming Chen, the owner of Daxinghai Company. Karen Lowe of Daxinghai Company comes to the mountains with her squad to apprehend Dr. Minami, wanting to use her robotics knowledge. Jonah attacks them, and a gunfight ensues. In the hotel, Scarecrow and his assistant, Chocolade, spy on Coco and Chen while they have dinner. Meanwhile, the fight between Karen and Velmet approaches a crescendo, while Jonah and Lem defeat the other Daxinghai contractors. Velmet badly injures Karen and is stopped by Lem, who advises her to leave her alone. Dr. Minami and Mikona are retrieved amid the butterfly-filled highlands. Chen is outraged in the hotel after learning of his contractor's defeat and attempts to kill Coco, but Scarecrow saves her thanks to Chocolade's persuasion. He takes her aboard a Super Hind MK.V chopper. The next day, Coco finds Dr. Minami absent once more, this time with a note stating that she went out to scavenge jellyfish at a beach. With that, Coco decides to travel to England with her team. Arriving at Heathrow Airport with a hiccup, Jonah gets detected on the metal detector and claims to have bullets stuck in his buttocks a long time ago. Later, Jonah and Lutz play a game of paintball, in which the former handily beats Lutz. On the other hand, tensions between European country B and Middle Eastern country A are rising. Coco visits country B's embassy in London, where a contract auction is being held to select whether the UAVs should be purchased from HCLI's American Predators or Eurogroup's French Neurons. Amalia Torahovsky, a former actress and now Eurogroup weapons trader, meets Coco here and persuades all the delegates to buy from Eurogroup. Coco is enraged and meets with Chocolade, requesting that she deliver certain documents to her contacts in the German military. Coco does nothing but binge munch in the days that follow, leading Amalia, who is tapping Coco's devices, to assume she has one. Soon after, Amalia learns that the German and Spanish militaries have agreed to do business with HCLI, urging Nation B to fall into line. Amalia realizes Coco has toyed with her and resolves to meet with her in person, unaware of the rogue snipers that Eurogroup has recruited to assassinate Coco. Amalia and Coco meet, make peace, and have banter while Coco's team non-lethally nullifies the rogue snipers. As the warm air rises, the team decides to spend time at a beach near the Adriatic Sea, where they can laugh at themselves. Mao is later assigned to teach Jonah science, and during the class, Mao confesses that he formerly worked for an artillery unit before getting dismissed and joining Coco's agency. He also claims that he did not inform his children about his job change. Soon after, HCLI is tasked with delivering artillery to the T Republic Army in the Balkans. Not only that, but she must also infiltrate an NGO called ODH, Outspoken Doctors for Humanity, which is run by Dr. Leon Riviere. Their mission is to treat genocide victims in the country and to expose the atrocities committed by Serbian war criminal Dragan Nikolijevic alias Baldra, the leader of the Balkan Dragons militia. Coco successfully delivers the artillery and infiltrates the doctors, but Baldra gets informed of the doctor's arrival. He confronts Coco and demands she turn in the doctors, but she refuses, causing a dispute between them. Dr. Riviere steps forward to help, but Baldra tries to shoot him. Coco's team kills the Balkan dragons after Lem disarms Baldra. However, Baldra manages to escape and abducts Dr. Riviere. Coco is fully aware that the Baldra militia will come to apprehend them once they leave the airport and begins strategizing the best strategy possible. Mao advises that they board the plane and take one of the artillery cannons with them. Coco's team escapes unscathed owing to Mao's use of a flechette round on the enemy. Once in the clear, Coco approaches Scarecrow and Chocolade and strikes a contract in which they agree to catch Baldra in exchange for his $5 million reward. Soon after, she learns that everything she attempted to arrest Baldra, including infiltrating doctors and hiring CIA agents, was part of his father's plan. She successfully leaves the doctors in refugee camps and dispatches Mao, Lem, and Wiley to assault Baldra's stronghold. They go to rescue Riviere and capture Baldra, who is eventually captured by the U.S. Marine SOR Commando, who was tipped off by Scarecrow and Chocolade. Coco and her team leave the country as their contract has ended. After that, Coco and her team are tasked with delivering some stuff to some members of Alexandria's Italian mafia. Velmet does not leave with Coco as she has another plan: to exact revenge on the guy who gouged her right eye and killed her subordinates while she was serving as a UN peacekeeper in Africa. She meets with Chocolade, who discloses that Chen is the person she is looking for. Chocolade also adds that Chen's disability from walking on a landmine led him to age prematurely. When Velmet learns of this, she goes missing without a trace and decides to infiltrate Chen's headquarters in Africa. But Jonah follows her on Coco's orders, and they both go to Chen's. Elsewhere, Dominique, an assassin leader, talks with his comrades Liliane and Gregoire about his plans to leave the contract, killing business and run a restaurant instead, but not before completing his final contract, which is to assassinate Coco. Meanwhile, Velmet and Jonah proceed on their way to Chen's headquarters, and the assassins want to take out Coco's team first before murdering her. They decide to start with Hugo, whom they believe is an easy mark. The departure of Jonah and Velmet is icing on the cake for assassins, who take advantage of the chance to carry out their plan. Gregoire defeats Lem and prepares to decapitate Hugo, but Hugo manages to keep him at a length long enough for Lem to knock him out. After a protracted fight, Coco has the upper hand on the assassins and ultimately subdues them, who are disappointed that they will no longer be able to open a restaurant. Coco offers them a chance and promises to let them go if they tell her who hired them. Back in Africa, Velmet injects pills into Jonah's meal, putting him to sleep, while she travels alone to Chen's headquarters, as she doesn't want to harm Jonah's life for her personal interest. She soon arrives at the headquarters, completely ignorant of the expert snipers aimed at her. Jonah, who had been able to mitigate the effects of the drugs, arrives and saves her from the sniper. Velmet is finally able to meet Chen face to face and exchange a few words with him before murdering him. She is pleased to get revenge for her subordinates' deaths and returns to Coco with Jonah. However, they are confronted with a furious Karen, who shoots Velmet, who was shielding Jonah from being shot. At this, Jonah shoots Karen, but she inexplicably survives, and so does Velmet. Velmet spends a few days in the hospital, where Coco consoles her by stating she has set her subordinates' souls at peace. After this, Coco speaks with Jonah, informing him about the assassination incident. Elsewhere, the CIA chief of the European division, George Black alias Bookman, meets with his contact, R, and the anime's first season ends there. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more of these anime recaps, make sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell icon for the latest updates. See you all in the next video.